What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo. Welcome to my channel, Yimbo Reviews Everything. And guess what? This is a review episode. So let me check the comments real quick. Hey, let's see. Oh, my boy George is here. Let's go, man. Agent Variant and Marco Rabbit's Den. Oh, thank you guys for joining. So again, guerrilla style reviews until I can establish like a set routine. But I had to jump the gun. I had to skip a lot of cool figures. For instance, I can't believe I haven't cracked Penny open yet. Like I've talked, if you've been following me for a while, I love the Spider-Verse and the Sentinel figures, like Sentinel, just with the two that I have, has instantly become some of my favorite action figures. So the fact that I'm skipping Penny for like my first solo review means something. I also have had Casey Jones, my Ultimate Edition, just sitting next to me on the floor. I haven't even shot him yet. I posed him up, messed around with him. And then, anyway, it doesn't matter because I want to jump in with my first review. And then from there, we'll do some little housekeeping. All right. So here we go. I picked him up at Comic-Con. And I have to shout out, I hope you know who he is. D Amazing. I ran into him. It was at his booth. And he kind of sealed the deal for me. My boy Toy Addict 17, my friend Danny, he was there. And hey, yeah, you should probably do this. I've been on the fence. Like when he first went up, I was like, okay, that's neat. I don't need it. I don't need Buzz. I don't need a Buzz. We're talking about Buzz. I don't need a Buzz. And then, man, I started seeing all these shots rolling in, and they were really enabling me hard. So then I couldn't find him. And then I think Big Bad had him up or somebody, and I still was like, all right, I'm being a good boy. I have all these cons coming up. Well, I got this at a con. So I think that's my excuse for letting me slide. So yes, we are going over the SHFiguarts Buzz Lightyear, the alpha suits. I was gonna make a joke, like I even had this. I had a joke all prepped up. This Buzz. It's like, no, I've already talked about this guy. This is still not a bad Buzz. I'm not gonna lie. I still don't mind him, but there is an enormous difference between this guy who, retailed in a $40 2-pack. I scooped him up for $20. You might be able to get him for like even less now, this 2-pack. But it's fun. You could, if budget wise, if you didn't need the SHFiguarts, like you could do a lot of fun ideas with that. But yeah, the Buzz. Let's be honest. The Buzz around Buzz is top 5 figure. The Amazing said the same thing. Not to, I'm not gonna say anything else, but he was definitely, it's one of his tops for the year. And I respect his posing like nobody's business. So knowing that, and again, seeing the other friends on Instagram that have been shooting him. So let's just get into him, right? Let's just get into him. Now, I have him all decked out because this is he's just so great. He is really great. So let's get that. There he is. So there's the one head sculpt with the head wrap piece in, the little bloop. I also want to point out, speaking of attire, this was from my reel today / TikTok / short. like so this is straight up what you saw. If you did see it, that's just how I am in the world. This is my outfit today. Literally, we filmed that and put it out there. But man, Buzz. All right. So I had to deck him out. That was me messing around. So let me go through the pieces of them because oh no. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. That just popped out. Whew. This is a good thing to know. I was literally just reaching down to get the box, and this is the laser thing, the laser piece, the laser arm cannon, whatever you want to call it. And it does have that little slide. So you have to push it up so it stays. But in my hands, as I was trying to do that, but there we go. Hold on, it just pegs in. I'm not worried. That was the first time that happens, in messing with him. Let's just pop that back in because I want to be able to. I had it. Pose him up. All right. Now the helmet, just like I'm gonna take the helmet off for now because I really am trying to avoid too much like fingerprinty. I'm being very careful about my usage of that. I also have to be very careful of scratching it because that was my big thing. For those of you that have been watching me for a little while, I ended up having to do a whole swap, like because there was a scuff on the first helmet. So I really have to. I'm not messing with this Figuarts helmet. I'm going to be very careful with it. All right, so now that that's off, there we go. All right, so you can really get a better look at that head sculpt. It's great. And what I noticed about, because of the way the eyes are painted, it is like this looking up, but not really. Like, hold on. Get in there. Come on. Come on. I just had him. One of these days, this camera is going to work, or I'm just going to get better equipment. But, okay. My point is, the way the eyes are, you got to try this more now, because this is literally like what I'm trying to talk. There we go. Okay. See how like they're painted up on the top of the eye, right? So it's neat because you can do a lot of awesome like expressions with him. And from the looks of it, like it's very expressive. That's all I'm trying to compliment, is the expressive nature of those eyes, the way they have them. It wasn't just centered, you know, but it's not a Mcfarland side eye. You can do a lot of cool stuff. That's all I'm saying. It's like with angles and perspective, like he can get a lot of emotions. He can emote a lot with these eyes, which is very neat. For, again, a straightforward look, but just the way that that's painted, I was noticing a lot of really cool things from like the profile and just with the how you want to spin it around. So really awesome. That's the first head sculpt. So now I already took the stuff out. I have my little Betty Crocker. This is where I'm going to keep his little pieces for the time being. I am currently at another point of I'm running out of like my little spots to put accessories. So let's walk through. So first of all, he came with this. He did not come with like another stand. So I think this is going to port on to other types of Figuarts stands, or, like I have some other kind of like these clear plastic flight stands. So I just have to try it. But I do like that it's included because it will do a nicer job of his, rocket pack pose. So I'm excited for that. Let's take you through here. So here's the other head sculpt. Now it's a Figuart. So the cool thing is these do all separate. Like the head and neck will separate. I did it last night. I was actually messing around with my Figuarts Captain America because I wanted to see what the Chris Evans head would look on. And I had to pop the neck out of that head too. It doesn't really work. Maybe for a goofy picture. I'm not saying, I don't think I was the originator of it. I probably somebody like George, not Washington, like that guy, he bashes Figuarts all the time. I think Marvel's action figure pose also had a joke with the two. So, nothing original about it, but I wanted to see how it would look. But the Figuarts cap head is a little smaller. Like Buzz he's got a big head. Buzz has a big head. So, here's this. Here we go. Let's check that out. And you do get even more emotion out of this one. Let's see if I can show. There it is. I like the little smirk. And with the way, you get the smile on that side. But then you can kind of, there it is, get a little bit of an angrier look, I guess, because of the whatever. I think you know what I'm trying to say. Because it's like the Mona Lisa smile, half up, half down. All right, so let me check the chat. I always forget. Ultron Unplugged, hello. Here we go. Yeah, the buzz is fantastic. There we go. You're selling me on this, but I know so many purchases. That was my whole thing at the Comic-Con. I had gone in just for friendship and networking and just trying to meet people. And again, just it's another opportunity. I can't stress this enough. If you've been in the toy community for a while, it's so great getting to hang out now, in person with people, like in person. It's so nice. And that's why I love con season. It's con season, baby. So it was all, it was the hype. Money started burning a hole in my pocket once I started going up and down the vendors. And I almost left with nothing, but really, like this got me. Agent Variant, probably my favorite SHF so far. And then Green Geek is in the house. What's up, dude? My fellow lazy boy. And so here we go. That was that. Let me see. I'm going to take you through the accessories, okay? So obviously a bunch of hands. I like that he comes with two like pointing hands. I was trying to do like a little fusion pose. Let me just get the main things out. So see, this is why I have to keep this all situated, because there are these like little pieces that port into him. And that's what I'll also go over. There's the rocket pack wings out. There's two versions of that, which is awesome. And then another reason to really be careful about the helmet is of, these two pieces. Now they're not gonna just shake out, I don't think. We're gonna mess around with it, all right? But they were in there for a while until I actually like, oh, that's how they come out. Okay. So they were good. But there's a lot of little pieces. A lot of little pieces to consider. I mean, even this, this is tiny. This is like, I should probably have tweezers to show you, but I don't. But that ports into his leg. So let's go through them, okay? I really like the laser cutter sword, whatever, it called it. I think I was thinking about it. I'm like, I've still only seen the movie once. And, like, I liked the movie, and I liked, seeing like a BA tough Buzz. Like, I was really cool. So I liked that version. But yeah, so we had this awesome, like, laser sword, whatever you want to call it. And now, so let's start taking you through some stuff. I'm gonna start popping all these things off. We're gonna like deconstruct him for a second. All right. So there's the rocket pack. There's the back port. Okay, so that was whoop. Yeah, see that? Hey, there it is. So anyway, yeah, you know how action figures work. That is the piece that went in there. Okay. So I'm just gonna like, that's what went there. I was able to just use my fingernail. Like that will stick in there. That doesn't shake out. But I was able to just use my fingernail. I don't think it came with a little tool. Like I know I had for my SHF Endgame Spidey, he came with a black little piece that you can dig out the little, the back components, but he didn't come with one. But I was able to still just kind of get my nail in there and pop that out. This is what's cool. Actually, here, you can see it. The reason I'm able to is under the O2, if you can see, it says Lightyear, and there is a little notch, which is great. That's what I want to compliment this figure on, is like the engineering that went in, these little decisions that were fantastic. My one knock, this is just for me on SHFiguarts. I really do enjoy them. I've made peace, just like with Mcfarland scale. I've made peace with SHFiguarts scale. When I want to shoot, I think I think of my pretty portrait type of shots with Avengers. That's who I like to use because the head sculpts and everything are just spot on. But yeah, so I shoot SHFiguarts with SHFiguarts, and that just like I'm gonna do Mcfarland's with Mcfarland's. It's no big deal. The one knock that I have is that sometimes the hands can be a little hard to switch. Not like crazy ridiculous, but like my cat hands are so tiny, and then it's like a glossy feeling and my hands start sweating. I know this is like a me issue. That's why I'm not like saying this is just my own personal, like my hands get a little wet and then I can't sometimes pop them on and off. I get some trouble. So, because SHFiguarts use these tiny little ports, nubs, whatever you want to call them, for their joints. And you just have to, like they're a little tough because they move on you. They like are constantly sliding up and down. But that's just me. Like I said, that's just me. And like I said, it hasn't stopped me from enjoying them because like I just know what I'm doing. Like when I'm gonna get into SHFiguarts, I know that that's a thing I have to contend with. All right, so there's the gun with the holster. So will pop out there, and that's what that other little piece was covering up. So for photos and displays, I love that. Again, he has a holster. It clips on, which is super nice. And just in there, it's great. It's really nice. Like I said, this is a cool action Buzz. This is a very cool figure. So those were the initial things. So there was the port there. This side that does not come out there it is on that leg. Doesn't come out there. Now, here's the other pieces. Okay. Now this ports back in here, and that is for the sword. So depending on, like, he's got so many cool little, design features, right? I love that. So he's got the sword on the back. You can have the holsters. You can have them all like dicked out, ready to fight, which is cool. And I definitely will. This Buzz is gonna be fighting a lot of dudes. I can't wait. So there was that one. Now that also has to stay out. Might as well go over the rocket pack, right? I mean, like, who doesn't love the rocket pack? So let's check that out. I love the paint detail with the red and greens and yellows. I like that they alternate, like it literally is, you have the, green on this side. And you see the green paint here and there. These just pop out. So that's the down wings. They just pop out like so. Bloop. And port right in. There it is. Bam and bam. I think that's awesome. What a nice little choice. And because it doesn't need that if it was moving up and down, that's what you'd expect for something I was gonna give my kids. But for me and what I do with toy photography, I mean, that's great. I love it. So that's the look of that. And there's the nub there. And that just ports in and grips nicely. And that's just on. So look, that's so cool. That's so neat. So there's the wings out. Fantastic. I'm going to take that off one more time because that's really those are the big parts to it. Here's the cool stuff. Okay. So like I said, my one knock is I'm going to struggle. You know me. Sometimes with Build-A-Figures and things, hopefully I won't sweat too much. All right. You know what? This is a lot nicer to use. That was a lot better. Maybe I'm just silly. That was it. I nailed it. That was the first time. Maybe I've just been silly. Maybe sitting on my couch in the dark watching TV, trying to pop the hands. Maybe that was my problem. But that's great. Okay. So that was really nice. This gives me less issues. Like I said, with Captain America last night, trying to do the fusion pose, popping it out. Was it the worst thing in the world? No. But sometimes I have to wait a second, dry my hands, dry off the hand, and then get it in. But that was fine. That was easy. All right. So here's the Figuarts engineering that really blew me away. Okay. So now we know that their joints and everything are so good. So there's the nice, butterflies that get covered up by and it literally pops out on you. That's what's so amazing about it. It goes in, whoop, so you get a lot of nice extension. The articulation of this is really ridiculous. The awesome double jointed elbows there. That's the second time. That's okay. Again, that's my fault. This is just me talking it out. I just feel bad that I'm literally he's falling apart on me, but not really. All right. I'm not actually going to get too frustrated about this because this is kind of my fault. Nothing's broken. That's the good news. Nothing's broken, but that kind of now I'm sweating and now I'm starting. Of course this had to happen. Come on, Buzz. Because it's when I start getting nervous because I'm live on the internet and then I start sweating. That's when I get that's when the things start going wrong. All right, so I'm just taking my time. Thank you for bearing with me. It's back in. Yeah, okay. That's it. All right, so it's fine. It's fine. It hasn't happened to this one. It will be fine. It's totally fine. And you know what I can do? Kiki loose joints if I really need it. If this pops out on me again, couple drops. I wish I was an affiliate. One of these days, someone has to reach out on my behalf to Kiki loose joints and tell them that I promote them all the time. But I love it. And it's fine. There we go. So really, no issues whatsoever, just with the hand sweating. All right. So I love how the shoulders and the arms are. Here's the next thing that's fantastic. Okay. I noticed, the head. All right. So the head has two pegs because there's the bottom peg. So you can get some really looking down and then some really nice looking up, which is amazing to work with, especially with the rocket pack. So you can, a lot of great flight poses there. So you get a lot of movement out of the head and neck. The torso. I mean, I've done nothing but talk about Mcfarland torso mods, right? Because to me, these are so important. Well, no modifications necessary. Look at that bad boy. Literally chest to stomach. That's all you can ask for when, you are a dynamic figure poser. That's so great. And then the side, he gets a lot of the back. So a lot of amazing movement out of him. And we're still not to the fun, but the last thing I'm going to show you literally blew my mind. So I'm going to wait and hold off on that. Okay. So leg wise, I'm not going to walk you through the entire thing. Some of you guys, I know Asian variant already has them. So I'm not going to try to, I don't do that. There's other people you can watch that will take you through all of those things. But it has the nice swivel, the fact. Once again, you don't necessarily need a thigh cut, Mcfarland, but if you give us, I just need a guy to be able to kick straight out And then if I need to swivel, that's what I need. A straight out kick, but then with the swivel. He has it. Figuarts have it. Sentinel has it. Mafex has it. So like I said, it doesn't necessarily need the cut. It just has to, you have to then give me the other ability to do that. I need to be able to kick straight out. Buzz can do that. Oh, he's so great. Double jointed knees with the kick in the butt. I mean, these are great. I hope you're impressed. If you've been on the fence, he's incredibly dynamic. And now here's my favorite part. This blew me away. So I was having some trouble standing him, and all of a sudden I realized, wait, what? Okay. Toe articulation, first of all, but that's not, even Hasbro has it now, so that's cool. But then I went, wait a minute, what? There's what? What? The feet extend out. That's awesome. Like, I can now get the side to side, right? The side to side swivel to help me stand him, but it literally extends out from the leg. It's supposed to do that. It can go in and out. That is like next level. That is so cool. And like, I know that they can do that because of his suit design. And that's just amazing. Like, what a cool choice. And now there's literally no issue with posing him. I got the stupid goosebumps. I know I do this all the time, but just to share that excitement with you guys, like, it's so great. You can stand. He has no problem standing at almost anything. And like I said, I haven't shot him yet. If you've seen photographers have, like I said, Agent Variant, I think has shot him already. But like, hit him up, because you'll be able to see some of the other things that they're already doing in the running and the balancing, like the running poses. He can balance. He is so incredibly legit. So I'm just, like I said, I'm so happy that I jumped into the front of the line. I still have to figure out what to do with him, because I basically was like, okay, this is going to be my Toy Story guy. Like, I'm going to shoot around my house. All my kids' toys are out, and then I did it with my story today. Again, not pretending everybody saw it, but just like a goofy little, like, hey, we think I'm going to go live. And I had him with the Blue's Clues house and Bluey toys and a KK slider from Animal Crossing. That was my 4 franchise references with Buzz. But I could do all of that. All right, quick funny story. I said this to my wife when I got home. I'm like, I got Buzz at the con. And she's like, well, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can't do that. It's Buzz. It's Toy Story. Like, let's search it. It's the different Buzz. That is the Buzz that the toy is based on. Like, give me that. I was like, I know. Then I'm like, wife, you realize you put Ultron in a pumpkin patch for a reel. She also once took a picture of Daddy Ultron holding baby robot head Ultron. So, like, you're going to give me a hard time because this is not toy Buzz instead of movie Buzz. She was cracking me up. So I really do. I can't wait to start doing these goofy little shots around my house. Ooh, this is what I'm going to show you with the helmet. Okay, my bad. I almost jumped ahead. So the helmet, like I said, will sit in there very nicely. Okay. Crystal clear. Got to make sure, like, that's going to be something I have to be careful about when I go to shoot, is like not getting those oil prints on it. Where was I going to show you? Oh yeah, these things. Okay. So that's what goes on the inside. So that's what I mean. Like, you just have to be careful because there are these little pieces, and let's see, it fits in. Oh, okay. All right, let me just show you if I can get this bad boy to focus. Oop, come on, Buzz. Come on, camera. All right, being difficult. So in here, there. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay. So see, there's the notches. You can see that, and it will sit over it. So it does actually have something to grip onto. So, all right, that's very nice to know. And I probably will end up shooting. I mean, like, I'm going to use the helmet for my first flight, whatever jetpack pose I'm doing. For sure, I want that head blasting off, right? But then the other stuff, I think I might go other head sculpt. Let me, where did I put them? Here we go. So just pops out like so. All right. This, like I said, you can separate these two, like the purple neck from the head, But there's really no point to. And I actually made me a little nervous after I did it. And that's why when my kit bash failed, I was like, all right, I'm never gonna do that again. But it pops out real nice. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna use this head sculpt quite a bit with the hair. Love that hair. Look at this guy. Just, come on, handsome Buzz. Handsome Buzz. That's what he is. There, look at that, handsome Buzz. And then let me just slide this other one on. So literally, it is very simple, but it did take me a second. I had to look at the directions. There are directions in these boxes, and I do recommend checking it out because, some of that stuff, like, it's like I said, it's very cool engineering, and you don't want to make sure, you don't want to be fighting with it. You know what I mean? You don't want to actually have the jetpack or anything like ever. Everything should just work nicely. So just keep that in mind. But I really like the look of the holster and the gun on the side. Like I said, this is a warrior Buzz, man. I'm gonna have him fighting some. I don't know who. I'm thinking about just having him visit Yimbo first, my Castle Grayskull, and just having him do some investigation. I don't know. I need to shoot. I need to clean my basement. I'm a mess. So, again, for my money, if you can get him, he's really cool. He is very cool. If you're on the fence about him, do you need him? That's a you question. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. I'm happy with this purchase. I think I'm really going to maximize my usage of him. Whether he's my top favorite figure of the year is it's going to be hard because I need to shoot him first. Like, I'm going to be gauging my favorite figure of 2022 on basically how often I've wanted or been compelled to take photographs. My front runner is probably, let's be honest, Peter B, or the dual version. I mean, I love this figure. So this might be my top, my toss up by the end of the year. So I've shot this Spidey a lot because I love him and I want to keep shooting him. And the only reason I haven't is because of all those other Legend Spideys I've been having roll in. So we'll see. We'll see where he ends up. But thank you, everybody, for joining in tonight. And like I said, tomorrow night on Yimbo Buys Everything, my conversational podcast show, that's where I will be dragging it out a little bit longer. See, we're coming right up on a half hour now. I'm doing a big show on New York Comic Con. I met so many great people, so many influential people in our community. And it was really just what an event. And just the energy in the room was so positive and so good. And just, I love toy people, man. If you like toys, it's just like you immediately have it in. It just, to me, it says so much about you. So I just love toy people. And it was a whole gigantic, Javits Center full of toy people. That's what it felt like. So thank you, everybody. Let me check the chat now. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me just say, all right. So I apologize. Normally, Yimbo Buys Everything is our chat show. I just try to keep these short. So this way now, if you are, sticking around after watching the toy review, this is the type of stuff I like to do on Sunday nights. So let's see. So we said Green Geek was in the house. Comic-Con makes you spend, man. That's what I'm saying. It's the aura of the place. It's that vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy. It's so good. No Chewing is in the house. What's going on, buddy? So again, No Chewing is part of Toy Talk for You over on Instagram. Also Toy Talk on YouTube. So please give them a subscription, sub them, like this video, everybody, while you're here. That would obviously help tremendously. So that would be great. But yeah, so No Chewing, love him. He is the brainchild behind the Tusktober challenge on Instagram that we're doing. Really awesome. And then let's see, No Chewing. My only critique of the figure is that I would have liked the gauntlet to have a display flap thing. And the funny thing is, Sunty, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because the first idea for a shot I had was landing on Yimbonia. Blah, 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 blah. Like, where is it? That would have been sick. I might have to do some little stuff. Now, I know that you do not, you're just starting No Chewing, getting into your Mezcos. This is the, Hazard Squad Commander Gomez. And this wrist gauntlet is amazing. I don't even know if I've ever reviewed him. I ended up buying this from my friend David Lago, who's Lago Figs over on Instagram. He's part of Toy Migos, and I recommend subscribing them. You might be seeing your boy over there soon. So Chat Migos is their internet the YouTube show. But anyway, Lago Figs sold me this guy, and this guy comes with a hologram that ports in. So I might have to borrow it and try to make it work with Buzz somehow, but that's exactly what I thought. I'm right there with you. Let's see. Your camera is focusing on the mic. Oh, I'll back that up a little bit. My bad, dude. I cranked up my ring light a little bit. I don't know. I knew I was a little tired today. It was a nice family day. So I knew I probably needed some help with the bags. All right. That will hopefully help. Thanks, man. When showing the fig. Thank you. Okay. When the arm falls out in Toy it's true. That's the fact that Figuarts, like, that was happenstance. That was just happenstance. Like, literally, that's the only time, like, that's me screwing around, Like, it is a 15 and up recommended figure. It's not meant to be, like, beat up like a Legend or a Mcfarland. Like, that's why those are my travel figs, Same thing with, like, the WWE Ultimates. Even though I love those, Big Dave is on top of my pocket fig, because, they could take a little bit of a beating. I would be a little bit more nervous with this guy. Actually, let me ask my fellow toy daddy, Santi, in the chat. With your kids, if you want to say, like, would you let them play with this Buzz? Or is it because, like, for me, it's a matter of I would let them probably hold it and move it around a little bit, but my kids are 3. They understand daddy toys, and they are generally respect, but they're 3. So I wouldn't just like let them play. But they have been really doing a great job with my Masters of the Universe Origins figures. Like, that's like literally, I guess, that wheelhouse. And let's see, a nice way to look at it. And let's see, my son plays with him. It's his favorite daddy toy. So that's fantastic. All right, because a new friend, it's our friend Sam. What's his username? I want to tell you. It's the slime. Oh, why am I blanking? Oh, Mood Slime. Mood_slime11. This is our friend Tuscan's one of his real life best friend that has now entered the hobby of toy photography. And we spoke last night about this, and he has a 6-year-old, and he was like, I want to get one for my kid. And I was just like, my only thing is that it's just because of these tiny little parts. But like I said, like my boy, my daughter, like if they really wanted to hold it, I would let them move it around just under my supervision. But that's because they're 3. So I love that. That's amazing. And you know what? Something that Sam and I mentioned, and any other fellow toy daddies either watching now or in a replay, it's really something special. Like trying to give our kids a better childhood than we have. Like that, to me, that's like the most like genuine responsive, like the best part of this. And also, like, that's like one of the biggest responsibilities I shoulder, is trying to provide my kids with the greatest childhood they can. That's all I'm trying. And a big reason is, like perception of time. And man, can you imagine being able to play with one of these as a kid? Because anytime I remember going to my mom, like my mom would have to go to like Jazzercise, and she took, my sister and I were in the daycare section 45 minutes, an hour, right? How long would my mom be doing like an exercise class? And I remember playing with the RoboCop police car and the RoboCop figures, and I didn't have them at home. And I can picture that clear as day right now. Like I can picture that moment, and then like being sad that I was leaving, because I got presents on Christmas and my birthday. I was very fortunate, and it was, 6 months apart. So it was like a couple times a year. And outside of, an occasional, grandparent or uncle present, like that was it. It felt like an eternity. So like, I'm trying to raise my kids to be appreciative and thankful, and they are. And that's why, like, I don't mind, throwing some toys their way when we go out, or getting to hold or play with the daddy toy. Because I mean, like right now, the Slambulance, my WWE, that's like my son's favorite car. He's just smashed that into everything. He has my old Ecto 1. My daughter today was pulling around my Wind Raider, with one of those squishy dumplings that she loves. That's a whole Nickelodeon thing. It's so cool. And, like that was something that I'm happy to give them. And as long as they stay grateful and just like thankful for, each day and being thankful for their parent, you know what I mean? And then the present, all of that, like just, it makes me happy. So that's a little something. So Santi, like that's really special, man. Cause I think that's going to stick, so it's that collector protecting the investment / like your thing, but then granting them. And it just, I don't know. I think it's going to be really awesome. That's what I hope, right? We can only hope and just, do our best each day. Right, guys? It's been years of training. That's what I was talking about. This is, again, one of the reasons that No Chewing and I bonded, with Toy Father and just all you guys just exactly, like daddy toys. Like, I can't believe my kids at like 2 years old, like still like, oh, daddy toys. Like, it's so great. Trading is crucial. Yep. And let's see, he even packs away Buzz back into the box. And oh, that is special. Wow. So you're talking like you're keeping it in here. See, that's where, should I start doing that more? I guess maybe I should. I usually do this stuff, like I do get nervous. I chipped my Mafex, my Hush Batman, actually here, he's right here. I'm really mad about because how I store these. This is all my fault. And I'm not shaking these around. I'm not whatever. But the other day, when I took him out for a picture, come on, Bats. I don't know if you could see the tip of his nose. Like I chipped it. That's not that's not the light. There, you can kind of see it. And it hurt me. I was mad because it's a little just tiny paint chip. I'm thinking honestly, just a dark blue Sharpie, like we'll do the trick. But yeah, that's it warns you. These warn you too, like you just got to be careful. The paint may rub. Like that's a downside of these premium figures. But that's what I'm thinking. Like I wonder if I should start storing some of those back in the box. Maybe he's the only one I have of this genre, look, or these like I'm not gonna throw them in my Figuarts thing, or I guess I could, but you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe I should start doing that because I do worry, and then like the Mafex Batman, but I think that's it. Let's see, oh yeah, that's what you're saying. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Again, if you were watching along live, thank you guys so much for joining in. This is amazing because this is, again, always the best part. So thank you for listening to me talk about Buzz. And if you're watching on the replay, hello again. And, I hope you subscribed for more because more of these solo reviews are coming. And, just based on, the chat, even right now, if you're looking at the chat replay, like we have a great time. And yes, Trevor, my man, 1-6 shooter. It was so great seeing you, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Tomorrow night, like you were somebody. Oh, I have something. Oh, it's great. I have a whole thing planned. It's a big show tomorrow night. Get to show the selfie we took together. So this is so cool. And then Rabbit, $100 toys back in the box. It's not a bad idea. I don't know. I've been like contemplating my little tackle box situation. So we'll see. I don't know. But yes, that's it, everybody. I'm gonna go enjoy, I think, Extreme Rules pay-per-view, maybe, or whatever my wife is watching. But I'm gonna go hang out with her. Thank you so much again for joining me tonight. Hit me up on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter's like I haven't done anything with Twitter, but it's there. But definitely TikTok and Instagram. You can find me over there. Reach out directly. Yimbo reviews everything, and that's it. I'll see you tomorrow night. Oh, so many big announcements coming. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you. Peace.